So hello and welcome everyone to this tutorial session. In this video, we are going to understand how we can write our first Python program. So far, we have covered a lot of information related to different Python development tools, where we learned about different type of code editors. Then we also discuss about different IDs. So now in this video, we will understand how to get started with these different tools. Moreover, we will try to execute our first Python program in all of these different tools. So let's get started. And first, we will understand how we can execute our first Python program in Sublime Text. So first, when we run the Sublime Text, it will look something like this. So first we need to move to this files section, and under this click on new file. So this will open a new untitled file. Now here in this text file we need to create our first Python program. So for the first Python program, we will simply use the print function in Python, and we will print a simple message. Now this is our simple message, hello from Python guides, and we are using the print function to print this message. Now you can put any string value within this double quotes, and when we execute this program, we will get this message as an output. Now we need to save this file. For this, either we can move to this file section and click on save as option, or we can use Ctrl plus S if you are on Windows. So here we need to save this file with a .py extension. So I have named my file hello, and then I have to put .py extension. So my file name will be hello.py. Click on save. Now in Sublime Text, to run any Python file, we simply need to use one shortcut, that is Ctrl plus B. So when we press Ctrl plus B, it will automatically run the Python file and return the result. So here we can see the result, hello from Python guides. So after Sublime Text, let's understand how we can write our first Python program in Atom Editor. So for this, I will open my Atom Editor. So when we open the Atom Editor for the first time, it will open these three sections, welcome guide and the welcome page. Now first we need one empty file. So I will click on this file menu, and under the file, I will click on new file. Now here you can see an untitled text file has been opened. Now here I will simply use the same print statement. Now let's save this file using the Ctrl plus S shortcut. So here we need to specify the location where we want to save our Python file, and we need to specify the file name. Now again we will save this file as hello.py. Now in Atom Editor, to run any Python file, there is a different shortcut. So we need to press Shift plus Ctrl plus B, and this will run the Python file automatically within the Atom Editor and return the result. So here you can see hello from Python guides, it has returned the result. So now let's move to our next tool and understand how we can execute our first Python program in the Visual Studio Code. So first I will open my Visual Studio Code. So when we open Visual Studio Code for the first time, it will either show you this screen or it will show an welcome page to you. So first we need to create one file. So I will move to this file option, and under this click on new file, or we can also use the Ctrl plus N shortcut. So when we create a new file, you can see in the starting it is asking select a language to get started. So we need to click on this select a language option, and under this first select search for Python, and we need to select this Python option. Now you can see before selecting Python with untitled, the icon was related to a text file, but now the icon here it is coming is of Python. So it means it has become a Python file now. Now here we can execute our first Python program. So I will use the same print statement. Now to save the file, I will go move to file and click on save as option. And again, I will save this file with hello.py. Now in Visual Studio Code, to run any Python file, we can use this option, this play button. So basically this is the run Python file option. So we simply need to click on this, and this will automatically open a terminal and run the Python file in it. So here you can see first it is executing an command automatically in the terminal to run the hello.py file, and here we got our result, hello from Python guides. So with this we have successfully run our first Python program in Visual Studio Code. Next, let's discuss how we can execute our first Python program in the PyCharm IDE. So when we run PyCharm for the first time, it will open this welcome to PyCharm page. So to get started with PyCharm, first we need to create a Python project. So here we will click on this new project option. After this, it will open this new project page. Under this, first we need to specify the location where we want to save our Python project, and we need to specify the name of our project as well. I will simply type first Python program. So I have put first Python program as the name of my project. After location, as per the best practices in Python, it is recommended to create a virtual environment, and PyCharm automatically creates a virtual environment. So this is the location of the virtual environment, and this is the base interpreter. So if you want to change this settings, you can change it, but I will keep it as it is. After this, we need to uncheck this create a main.py file welcome script, because we want to create our first Python program from scratch. So we will also see how we can create a Python file within our project. So simply uncheck this option and click on create. This will load our Python project in PyCharm. So here you can see under this project option, we can see our project directory first Python program. Now to create a Python file within our project, simply right click on this, click on new, and under this click on this Python file option. And here first we need to specify the name for our Python file. So I will say hello. Now here we don't need to specify the .py extension, because we have already selected Python file only in this. So it will automatically create it as a Python file. So I will simply type hello and click enter. So this will create an empty Python file with hello.py as its name. Now here we can write our first Python program. I will simply use the print statement. Now we can use the Ctrl+S option to save this file. After saving the file, we need to run this Python program. So for this, in the menu bar, move to this run menu option, and under this click on this run option, or we can simply use Alt plus Control plus F10 shortcut to run the current Python file. So I will simply click on it. Here again we are getting two things. So we need to select the file that we want to run. So I want to run the hello.py file. Now once we click on this, it will automatically open the terminal and run the command to execute the Python program. So, and here we got our result, hello from Python guide. Next, let's understand how we can create and execute our first Python program in the Spyder IDE. Now if you have installed Spyder using Anaconda, so then you simply need to run the Anaconda application, and within that you can easily find the Spyder IDE. But if you have installed Spyder IDE using the Miniconda, then we need to open this Spyder application using the Anaconda prompt. So first I will open the Anaconda prompt in my system. Now to run the Spyder application, simply type Spyder and hit enter. This will automatically run the Spyder IDE. Now this Spyder IDE application consists of three different windows. So first is the editor window. So this portion is the editor window where we will write our Python program. Second is the object explorer. So this is the object explorer window where we will get information related to various objects in Python. And in the last, there is the console. So in the console, we will get the result of our Python program. Now let's create our first Python program in Spyder. So first, under the editor window, I will simply remove the comments and put this code print statement simply. Now under the menu bar, simply click on this run option. So once we click on this run option, we can see in the console we got our output, hello from Python guides. Now let's understand about the next tool. So in the last, let's understand how we can execute our Python program in the Jupyter notebook. Now to open the Jupyter notebook in your system, we first need to open the command prompt. In the command prompt, simply type Python space -m and then notebook and hit enter. This will automatically start the Jupyter notebook, and we will be navigated to the default notebook interface where we can see the list of all the files in the current directory. Now let's create a file first in this. So from the top right corner, click on the new button and then click on this Python 3 ipykernel. This will open an untitled file in a new tab. Now here you can see the name of this notebook is untitled. So if we click on this name, you can see we got an option to rename this notebook. So I will rename it to first Python program and click on rename to rename this file. So now that we have renamed our file, let's run our first Python program. So click on this first cell. So by default, the type of this cell will be code. So here we can write our Python code. So I will use the same print statement and I will print a string as an output, hello from Python guides. Now to run this cell, we can either use this run option from the menu of bar, or we can use the shift plus enter shortcut. So if I press shift plus enter, it will run the current cell and it will return the result just below the cell. Here we can see we got our output, hello from Python Guides. So with this, we have successfully executed our first Python program in different code editor tools as well as IDEs, and also we have understood how we can execute Python programs in the Jupyter Notebook. So thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.